This is Jonathan Aggie of Fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Coach Alexis here at the KSI Joe Fournier press conference. Well, straight into it, Alexis, a shove from Joe during the face-off. Did you hear what they were saying to each other?
I think JJ said he's that chain reel. Something like that, I don't know. But to be honest with you, I expect there to be a bit of hype for the fight, but I didn't expect Joe to have his hands on JJ. But I guess that's where we're at. So.
You know KSI more than most. What does that do to him? Does that light a fire for him? Gets him more up for the fight?
Yeah, his blood's boiling right now, and he'll work even harder, which is something that Joe probably doesn't want. But I think he's motivated JJ even more to do what he's going to do anyway.
So David Haye was saying in the press conference that, first of all, we'll talk about the part where he said you used to work with him. Were you in David's corner for the exhibition?
Yeah, I used to train David for many years, so I've been training David for a long time.
So tell me what you took from seeing Joe Fournier up close, because that was the last time we saw him in action.
Same as what most people think. He's a real tough guy. He's a tough, durable, 9-0, held the WBA. He's a tough, durable boxer. But I don't think he's as tough now, and I don't think he's as durable now. I definitely don't think he's as technically was, and he's definitely not doing the sparring that he was. So you're talking about a guy that was and has been, not a guy that's current and is. And I think that's the determining factor in this fight.
So David Haye says that you guys have underestimated Joe and things like that. Have you?
Yeah, I haven't underestimated Joe. I'm understanding what I've done with KSI and the progression that he's had, and I'm understanding where Joe was. Like I said, we're living the life of fighters right now. We're living that fight life, and we're training hard. So I think this is a stepping stone that we need for Jake Paul or for Tommy Fury. I think Joe Fournier is a huge step up for JJ. I think it's a huge challenge, but I think it's something that we're training for and we're ready for.
Obviously, this has kind of been billed as can KSI beat the boxer, as Jake Paul didn't against Tommy Fury. How do you compare Tommy to Joe Fournier in terms of an opponent?
Yeah, I mean, 100% Joe's a tougher guy than Tommy. He takes a shot way better. I've seen Joe spar James DeGale, Olympic gold medalist, world champion. I've seen him spar Chris Eubank Jr. I've seen him spar loads of people. I know he's fought David Haye. Like, I know Joe's a tough guy. But I also know that stylistically, Joe leaves certain openings that I've been privy to seeing. I know that he's not that current anymore. And I think that JJ's youth and just skill, punch selection, I think it's all going to matter on the night.
And you talked about sort of the fact that he has been more active and things like that, and his training. Just give us an insight into how training is going. You were talking about him sleeping people in the gym and things like that. How would you sum it up, basically?
Yeah, like I said before, we flew back from LA on Tuesday morning. We landed at 7 a.m. By 8:30 a.m. he was in the gym and he did 6 rounds of sparring. He did 6 rounds with the 12-0 pro, and they were rounds. They weren't walk around, move around rounds. They were proper, legit, I'm going to try and get you rounds. So. Final
question. John Fury said in an interview that there's been talks for KSI to fight Tommy Fury. Do you know about this? And how likely is that next?
Yeah, I think it's very likely. I think it's a real likely fight. I think that stylistically, the explosion that JJ carries is hugely problematic for Tommy Fury's style. I don't think he's got a great chin. I don't think he takes it so well. I mean, with Jake, you saw Jake rattled him a couple of times and couldn't even find his mark. And Jake doesn't move his feet when he punches, so you have to walk onto it. Whereas KSI moves his feet and puts you onto the end of his punch. I think it's very problematic for Tommy. I think he sees it as an easy bag to get. He sees it as another guy to scalp, and I think it's a fight that we all want, and we're pushing for it. They're pushing for it, so it looks like it's going to happen.
There you go. Big things ahead, Alexis. Thanks for your time. Good luck, May 13th.